have a number of 27 answers tips out there for you. But I woke up this morning and I guess I went to bed with the thought or thinking about it is don't change for millennials. And it really hit me because I was watching The View. And as you know, The View is going through this major, what do we do now? You know, they're trying to get the perfect mixture to appeal to everybody. And you know what happens when we try to appeal to everybody? We lose our own general audience that's there with us for a lifetime. And I got to thinking about it. I wrote an article, a blog post some years ago when apps started to be, you know, when finally we had the apps and the phones and we could reach, you know, this major audience. And I wrote this article about newspapers and magazines because during that time in the 90s, when people were really coming online with the next explosion of the internet, magazines began to fail because they decided they would bring all of their content online and give it away for free, thus killing their billion-dollar industry. And so everybody's been asking, you know, how do I make my business popular to millennials? You don't. Hashtag you don't. Still in that Mushia. Hashtag you don't. Don't change for millennials. They've got their own. Millennials are not connected to anything, anybody. They're not a dedicated audience. I mean, do you want to change your business and grab millennials for the next 5 years, or do you want to stick with the audience that you have for the next 40 years? You know, millennials will come. They will come because if you have what they need, if you have a real solution, and I mean a lifelong solution, you'll get the millennials. So stop trying to change everything for millennials because you will lose your audience. Just like a theater. I'm going to the theater tonight, play reading tonight. I am a theater audience for a lifetime. If you decide now, okay, you want to fill your audience with millennials, what does that mean for somebody who fell in love passionately with theater? That I'm going to love for a lifetime. I was trying to tell a lot of times, this is what's going on in theater. They're trying to figure out, okay, well, what's the best night for millennials? Well, okay, millennials are not going to come to every show. But the audience you already have, they're going to come to every show. And guess what? Some of us are tired at 6, 7, or 8 o'clock, those 7:30 starts, and love a matinee. Can I get more matinees? Do I have to come to the matinee on Wednesday and just Sunday? Can I not come to a matinee every day? I'd be there because I am the audience that you have every day. Radio and TV is about to see major fail because they want to program everything for the millennials. Millennials have no idea what radio is. Millennials have no idea that people sit down at 8 o'clock from 8 to 11 o'clock at night watching scripted TV. Millennials don't do that. My son could not tell me a popular radio host. He doesn't know what that is. Okay? Every time he gets in my car, I'm like, what the heck was he listening to? But personalities, if radio personalities, that's my generation. That's the generation before me. We're there for life. So what happens is if you continue to try to make your business appeal to this new audience, you're always trying to find the new audience and the new audience, you throw away your audience. It's the dog and the bone. Millennials don't know that story, but you know that story because your grandparents told it to you. That means you already got a very meaty bone. Enjoy the meat that's on your bone. Don't walk by and see the reflection because that's Facebook all day, right? You're looking at the reflection or you're looking at somebody else thinking they got a better bone, so now you got to do what they do to get that bone, and you lose your bone. Newspapers losing that $1 billion bone, can't get it back because Facebook got it now and they don't know. Newspapers should have been the Facebook because newspapers had what? The data. Newspapers had the data. The United States Postal System, biggest, brokest industry in the world, going broke every day. Who had all of the data? The United States Post Office had all of the data. The United States Post Office should be Gmail today. The United States Post Office should have the $1 billion industry today on data. And they don't. They're going broke. Newspapers had all the data. They knew where you lived. They knew what section of the paper you loved. That's where all the data came. See, it's all about data. And you using social media and your business should be all about data. You should be extracting data. You should be using it to listen. And the first thing you need to hear is don't change for millennials. They've got their own. They've got their own media. They've got their own movies. They've got their own fashions. Let them have their industry. Don't throw away your customer who could be with you for life trying to catch a trend. I have had a customer. Lord Jesus, love them. I couldn't figure out PayPal to say, he was like, can I just get an address and mail you the money? And I'm getting mad. I'm like, first he's like, well, can I just meet to pay you? And I'm like, well, I gotta drive all the way across town and pick up this money. Gave the man the address, boom, money comes in the mail. Yes. Stop trying, and those are the clients who pay. Okay, millennials, they want a deal, they want it for free, they want you to give it away, and that does nobody any good, especially when it comes to these $1 billion industries. Stick with your customers, stay in the biz. Let me tell you what's better than likes, you know what's better than followers, you want to know what's better than hearts? Dollars. Don't change for millennials. Millennials like retro stuff. So continue to do what you do and become their retro. They'll find you. They'll follow you. They'll like you. They'll still want it for free. So just don't change don't become the next dog and the bone story. That's the bottom line. Don't become the next dog in the bone story. Go out to thedrawyorbus.com and read the article I posted years ago. I think 2008 I wrote that. The dog and the bone, why newspapers and magazines are gone. If you don't want to be gone, don't change for millennials. That's 27 answers. This is one of the 27 answers. 27answers.com. Get all the tip sheets. Bigger than tips. I'm just trying to tell you how to keep your legacy. Your customers are there for a lifetime. Don't change for millennials. Spread the buzz.